Well, it is the very first day of MSI 2021. I'm joined right now by Pabu after two tough games. Of course, this coverage brought to you by Alienware. So first off, what kind of spirits are you in? Because obviously having to play those games back to back, losing both can be really tough. But I also know you guys seem, even after that first game, you guys are kind of trolling the camera a lot. So what's the mentality on the team like right now?
I wasn't so upset about the first game because we had like opportunities to win our fights. We just misplayed them. And like the way that we like mechanically executed during those fights was poor. And it was like some of those fights were really close, especially the bot one. Was definitely super winnable. But the game against Unicorns of Love was far more disappointing because it felt like we couldn't really play the game. Our preparation was insufficient and we couldn't like actually get anything done. So that game is like quite upsetting. But the RNG one, like they're a very good team, but it definitely felt really winnable. So I'm pretty happy about that game.
Well, talk to me about that first game and the Fiddlesticks pick, because people
Yep.
got very excited about it whenever it came through. So what
Mhm.
inspired it, and kind of what's your mentality on that?
Um, Lots of the AP junglers are just like pretty good right now. Rumble is a super strong team fighter and is super strong at skirmishing early game, but only if you fight him in melee range, right? He kind of needs to punch your head in. And if you can escape him until level 6, your champion can kill him in fights as well. So he needs to push the tempo and really like ruin you early game, or else you kind of outscale him. And they couldn't really make it happen. It was like too hard for that. They tried in our topside jungle, but the play didn't stick, and we ended up getting a kill out of it. So it was good for us. And then we're in a position to fight. So if you can like get to level 6 as Fiddlesticks, is always going to be a good champion.
Now you guys are in a very interesting group situation. What do you think your chances are of getting out of groups?
Um, like after today, it looks really rough, right? But if we can pull it together, like show up our drafts a bit and make our mid game like a bit cleaner and how we play it together, like URL is super winnable. They're a good team, but they're nothing special on the other hand. They have talented players all around and they play the game solidly. But if we get into situations where we can fight them and we make sure that those occur, we will be able to win.
Yeah.
So I'm not too like down and out, but it's definitely going to be an upper battle for sure.
Now you're the first player from a team that traditionally has competed in play-ins, or from a region that's traditionally competed in play-ins. What do you think of the new format changes and the removal of play-ins?
I think it's really cool because I think being able to have the experience of playing against these really insane teams, like RNG is really good. And it's like, you don't, as an Oceanic player, we're very isolated from everywhere else. So you don't get these opportunities to improve against teams that are much better than you very often. So I think it's a really good opportunity for lower place teams to actually get the international experience and to improve rapidly.
Yeah. Do you think? Sorry to kind of go down this road, but I'm kind of curious.
Sorry.
Do you think that the path for you and other Oceanic players now is getting picked up by LCS teams? Because at these international events, if that is sort of like the plan for Oceanic pros, this is a pretty good moment to like show yourself to the world.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fine for the pathway to basically be like top of like LCO into academy. Like I think it's good to be like, we have the opportunity to actually progress, right? Because we're NA residents, that takes a barrier away. Like we're no longer imports, so it's really easy for us to progress through that way. And I think that's good because it's like OCE, you couldn't go very far. Like you would win OS, but like you can't like practice and improve those people around you. But in North America, there's plenty of teams that are better than you and players that are better than you. So it's really nice to have that opportunity to keep progressing as a player, you know?
Now, of course, your team, not the only Oceania players at this event. I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Fudge. I don't even know if you guys are friends, you know each other, but what maybe even competed together. I don't know, but what is your relationship with Fudge, and have you had a chance to talk to him at all?
I spoke to him a bit in some solo queue games, but I haven't spoken to him much IRL. But he was always like, he came up so fast in OS that he didn't play on many teams. He kind of just like was really good and then won and then went overseas like straight away. So he's definitely not in my circles, but I'm really happy to see him succeed. And I think it's really good. He's always been a player that steps up to the challenge and like plays the level of his competition. So to see him excel with like great players around him in C9 and have like, I don't know, a lot of good games against really like high quality players in LCS is really good to watch.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you are aware of this, but on broadcast and on social media, maybe you've seen or somebody's told you, on broadcast they showed everybody has like a Spotify song, and your team's is "Hold On, We're Going Home" by Drake. Maybe you could talk. What was the process by which this song was selected? And I don't know if they asked all five of you guys, or how did this happen?
So it was a team-wide decision. We got informed about the Spotify anthems thing and what it all entailed, but we only have so many songs that we really like. I don't know. There's a few songs that we sing, and a couple of them were a bit inappropriate for broadcast. So we went down the list, and this is one that's like, it's definitely one of the only songs that's actually it was in our team environment. So we just picked it and like, look, it is it's a negative, sad song, and hold on, we're going home is definitely not the catchphrase you want to be going with. But in the end, we will be going home, and we're going to go win again, and we'll come towards again.
Okay. But so you knew, I mean, it was obvious to you that this was a very memey thing and that people would probably laugh at it and it'd be.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty funny for sure.
Okay. The other thing, and we could edit this out of the interview if you feel weird about it, but I don't know if you know about this, but I've noticed that Twitch chat, whenever you show up, they spam Billie Eilish a lot in the chat. And I'm curious if that is something that you think is funny or enjoyable. I don't know.
I think it's pretty funny. It's definitely not original by any means, but I love like I do this to stand out, So as long as people aren't being mean, like all of it is all in good fun, and I really like appreciate people getting behind it and excited about it. So, yeah, I do. The Billie Eilish spam is pretty funny to me for sure.
Okay. Did you know that green color is like the green that they're using for all MSI stuff? Everybody else is picking it up. It's like the perfect color.
Absolutely not. It was a pure coincidence. I've always wanted to do green, but I hadn't like gotten around to it. And my girlfriend really encouraged me to go for this specific green. So as soon as like it was like a day after I got it done, and then I saw like the first like MSI like piece of advertising, and I'm like, wait a minute, like I've nailed it for sure.
Yeah. Then the last thing was people. There was the shots of you holding up the whiteboard before that second game. What is that What is that whiteboard actually? Because I don't. Does everybody have those? I don't know.
I actually have no idea. Like my host just came to me and said like, you can write something on this if you want, and I'm like, he was talking about putting like Twitch memes on it, and I'm like, oh, we could do this for sure.
Okay.
And so it's just like interacting with the fans is like really fun for us, and it's one of like we don't get many opportunities to do this. We didn't have like a LAN league for this year, so it's one of the only times where we can really get into it.
Very good. Well, hey, is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there that are watching you guys?
Like I know we had some disappointing games, but we're always going to try keep our spirits up and be fun, and we hope that you guys can have an enjoyable time, and we'll like make some fun games for you guys, because that's like what we're here to do. Like we probably won't win it all, but we're going to improve, and we're going to do our goddamn best.
Well, Pabu, thank you so much for the interview. Really appreciate it. Best of luck going forward, and I appreciate all the stuff you're doing to have fun for the fans. I think it's quite good. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things MSI right here on my YouTube channel. Did you know that approximately 8 days before my birthday, May 11th, Alienware is announcing something huge? That's right. My birthday is May 19th, and I'm only telling you that so that you know that Alienware is announcing something great on May 11th, right? It's not about my birthday, again, May 19th. It's about Alienware's announcement on May 11th. And I just want all of us to be focused on their announcement May 11th, not my birthday on May 19th, because I know a lot of people might want to be focused on my birthday being May 19th, but May 11th is the big Alienware announcement, okay? So just stay tuned to that. And then after May 11th, you can maybe start thinking about my birthday, which, again, is May 19th.